Over the years, anxiety has been called many things, such as the quiet killer, the unseen thief, and the internal war without banners. It's sneaky but familiar, and it's silent but terrible. When it comes in, it's not like an angry, loud enemy, but more like a hint that you think is your own thought. Anxiety says it will keep you safe by getting you ready for the worst, but all it does is hold you captive in fear, telling you that every shadow hides a threat and every choice will end badly. It's a smart liar that hides paralysis as care and shyness as knowledge. It eats away at your goals, your confidence, and your peace of mind day by day until life itself turns into a war where you are both attacking and being attacked. No matter who you are, it will attack you. It doesn't care. Marcus Aurelius, who was ruler, fought it. Epictetus, a slave who became a philosopher, fought it. Seneca, a rich politician, thought about it a lot. Still, they won. It wasn't by running away or fighting the world. It was by winning the only real battleground, their own thoughts. You are up against the same old enemy now. You can still get the guns they made, though. Once you really start to use this one simple but powerful method, you will never have to worry about anxiety again. It's not a trick. It's not a hack. It is the practiced art of detachment, which means separating your mind from the storm and yourself. A mental fortress built stone by stone, by being aware on purpose and not caring about the crazy noise of fear. If you understand this method, you'll understand what anxiety is really about. Stress isn't about what goes on in your life. It's about what you tell yourself about what could happen. Imagine disasters that haven't happened and futures that don't exist, and your mind tells you to act as if they are real threats. It pulls you out of the present, where you have control, and into made-up futures where you can't do anything. Marcus Aurelius got this when he wrote, "Today I broke free from worry." Or, I didn't keep it. I threw it away because it was inside me, in my own thoughts, not outside. Notice the slight change. Stress was like a ghost that followed him everywhere. He threw it away, like someone who realizes they're carrying too much weight and throws it away. Anxiety is not something outside of you. It's a mistake in how you see things inside yourself. And when you really understand this, you can let go of it and walk away. But it's not enough to just see. Getting noticed is just the beginning. It's not the end. The mind is very rigid and can't break out of old habits. You will keep getting pulled back into your worry, even after you realize that you are making it happen. The important thing is not to fight more, but to refuse less. To watch the storms in your thoughts without thinking you have to do something about them. As Epictetus said, to become like the rock against which the waves break, it stands firm, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. The waves represent your fears, your worst-case scenarios, and your crazy ideas about what could go wrong. You know that none of these things are real until you give them life. That's the rock. Anxiety can't do anything without your permission. It can scream, whisper, and flirt, but it can't tell you what to do. This is not a nice way to go. It doesn't give you quick rewards or exciting times of victory. It's the practice of being aware and letting go over time. Over and over. You can feel your chest getting tighter before a tough talk. Before making a big choice, you notice that your thoughts are running. You feel a cold sweat coming on before you speak in public. You take a step back after noticing. You take deep breaths. There is no fighting the worry. There is only feeding it. You keep telling yourself, this is just thought. This is just sensation. It is not truth. It is not prophecy. It is not destiny. You last longer. You find your strength again in the quiet that comes after. Seneca said, "We are more often scared than hurt, and we suffer more from our thoughts than from reality." This one line holds all the knowledge that a lifetime could hold. When we're anticipating something, our imaginations often hurt us more deeply than the real world does. Think about the times when you felt the most anxious. How many of the things you were scared of came true, and how many of the few that did destroy you? There are more survivors than fear would have you believe. That's not why anxiety is so powerful. It's because it can make you live twice, once in fear and once in reality. When you are detached, you don't want to live twice. You only live once, so live it fully, quietly, and bravely, and accept what life throws at you without adding the poison of fear. The real work of the Stoic mind is this habit. It's not grim perseverance, not just not caring, but calm involvement with what is real, without any illusions. You learn to move forward even when your fear tells you to stop. You learn to trust your mind even when your body is full of feelings. You learn to act on your beliefs instead of your feelings. You get back the only thing that was ever really yours, your will. They can take your body, your things, your image, and even the people you know. Your will, your sense, and your inner character, on the other hand, are unique to you. And when you practice detachment, you hold on to things that you can't take away. So this is the base, but this is just the start. Understanding is the first step in learning how to detach, but practice is what makes it real. Knowledge that isn't used is like a sword that has been left to rust. It looks nice, but it doesn't help you fight. To break the habits of fear and worry, the mind needs to be trained every day, every hour, and every moment. It's like a soldier who doesn't wait for war to sharpen his sword. You don't wait for a fight to start training. You start today with small things so that you are ready for the big storms. First, put some space between the stimulus and the reaction. Anxiety needs things to happen right away. It makes you act before you can think, like a loud fire warning. Break this link. When you feel the first signs of fear, your stomach getting tight, your heart beating faster, and your mind racing with terrible ideas, you don't follow. You take a break. You take deep breaths. You make a small hole in the wall of neediness. It helps to remember yourself that this is just a feeling and not the truth. This is hope, not prophecy, Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself in his secret journals. Don't let life as a whole crush your hope. Don't try to picture all the bad things that could happen. Stay focused on the current situation. This is not just old advice. It's also advice on how to stay alive. Right now is where your power is. Giving up on the present for the future is the only way to feed your anxiety. If you do this pause every day, it will become second nature. Every morning, start by going over the problems that are bound to come up. This is what Seneca called premeditatio malorum, which means the planning of evils. As you get out of bed, tell yourself, today I will have delays, frustrations, criticisms, and disappointments. Things will go wrong, people will be rude, and things will not work out as planned. It's not a surprise at all. None of this is very bad. If you expect bad things to happen, they won't surprise you as much. You become the tired soldier who doesn't shake when he hears the sound of war because he's heard it 100 times before. Do small detachments throughout the day. When you need things to go your way, want to be praised, or are afraid of being judged, pay attention to when you do this. In those times, remind yourself, as Epictetus did, that some things are up to us and some are not. Your deeds, your principles, and your efforts are up to you. The outcomes, how other people respond, and the turns of events are not. It's a waste of life to worry about things that aren't your responsibility. Being independent means controlling only what you really own, which is your own mind. This is what detachment means. There will be times, though, when worry doesn't creep up on you slowly but hits you like a storm. There are panic attacks, intense fear, and the feeling that everything is falling apart. There may be times when words fail you. Logic may seem far away and helpless. Here is where the more profound practice of centering yourself physically becomes very important. Become rooted in the way your body feels. Pay attention to how your feet feel on the ground. Be aware and slowly count your breaths. Tense and relax your muscles. Say to yourself, "I am here," out loud if you need to. "I'm taking a break. This will pass." The mind may be wandering, but the body stays in the moment. Use your body to get back to the real world. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, had to keep telling himself, "What stops action moves action forward. What gets in the way turns into the way." Stress is not the end of the road. That's the road. The way to master it is to face it consciously. Meditation on death, or memento mori, is one of the hardest but freeing ways to get rid of deep-seated worry. Don't forget that you have to die. Not one day, not in the end, however, at any time, without notice or appeal. Death isn't just something that might happen in the future. It could happen right now. People who aren't trained in Stoicism see this as a source of power, even though it sounds scary to most people. If death is certain and the time is unknown, then being afraid doesn't help. Why lose the precious time you have being afraid of what will happen? Seneca said, "It's not that we don't have much time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Every moment you spend worrying takes away from your scarce life. When you think about death every day, you start to see through the lies that worry tells you. You understand that being embarrassed, being turned down, and failing are not important. That's just shadows on the cave wall. Soon, you'll be leaving that cave for good. Only honor is important. Only bravery is important. Presence is all that counts. Use the pain itself as a way to learn. Discover little ways to push yourself every day. Take some cold showers. Talk even if your voice shakes. Ask the tough question. Take the bigger weight up. When your ego wants recognition, don't say anything. Each act of choosing to be uncomfortable makes the guts muscle stronger. Every little win over fear gets you ready for bigger fights. Epictetus taught his students to be tough by not complaining when they were hungry, thirsty, cold, or insulted. He did this not because he was a sadist, but because he loved their freedom. He said, "Difficulties show what kind of people men are. Stress holds you back, but discipline sets you free." Your practice will be put to the test when real loss comes, which it will. You could lose money, friends, family, or even your health. Loss will happen, but worry is not the same thing as loss. Not wanting to deal with loss is what anxiety is. Anxiety makes you want to know what will happen, stop it, or fix it, as if fate were your servant. To be detached, you have to be able to accept loss, feel sadness fully, and stay whole. When Epictetus was a slave and got hurt, he didn't get angry at fate. He just said, "It's nothing." His body was hurt, but his will was still whole. Seneca was forced by Emperor Nero to kill himself. He did so with calm, philosophical respect, giving his friends comfort as he bled to death. The fact that Marcus Aurelius lost children, friends, and battles did not change the fact that he wrote to himself, "Do not suppose that you are hurt and you have not been." They went beyond it. You are able to use this strength. You are strong not because you can't feel pain, but because you can handle it without letting it destroy your mind. Anxiety will try to make you believe that you need to plan for every bad thing that could happen and figure out everything about your life before you can be at peace. It's not true. Peace is not the goal of running your life. Peace is the first step toward giving up power. You show what you believe. You take what comes your way. You let go of things you can't control. you also breathe. You breathe all the time. This is the last thing you realize. You are not your thoughts. You're not how you feel. You're not your fears. You are what makes them possible. Who is observing? Who is in charge? As Marcus Aurelius put it, it was the inner citadel. Thoughts come up, feelings rush through, and senses flicker, but you stay the same. The same. Hold on. Not touched. As you rest in this awareness, worry turns back into what it was. Noise. No harm done. Let it scream, let it cry, let it roar. You keep walking forward. Instead of letting your emotions guide you, you base your life on strong principles. It's not easy to live this way. It needs careful attention. Be patient, bravery. There is a price for the prize, though. Take a moment to picture a life without fear. Imagine having a mind that stays calm in storms, clear in chaos, and kind in violence. Think about going through each day, not with fear, but with quiet strength. This is not a dream. You were born with it and are ready to take it. The Stoics didn't have any unique skills. They only had to be ready to train their thoughts, question their fears, and fight the armies of fear inside them on their own. And you can do it too, even if you're hurt, broken, or misled. You take one deep breath in. The story that worry tells you is clear. You don't want to believe it. You go back to the present. You make sense decisions. You let go of things that you can't change. You say it again, over and over again, until worry has nowhere to live in your mind, and your mind is so strong that even the strongest storms can't damage it. Always remember what Marcus Aurelius said. If something outside of you bothers you, it's not the thing itself that hurts you, but how you think about it. And you have the power to change how you think about it at any time. Your power is real. You really are free. Take it, make it, live it. The enemy is inside. The win is inside of you. Now is the time to fight. There is a paradox that you come across as you learn detachment more deeply. For the first time, separation feels like being far away from the world. You picture yourself getting cold, numb, and uninterested. But real separation isn't pulling away. It's being more involved. You can only fully experience life itself if you let go of your attachment to certain results. You are free to act with full power, presence, and love when you don't need things to happen a certain way in order to be at peace. This fact was shown through Cato the Younger's life and death. He was a Roman senator and Stoic hero. He stood up to Julius Caesar because it was the right thing to do, not because he thought he would win. During the battle, he didn't think about winning, what the prize would be, or what might happen. He didn't give up his ideals or grovel when he knew he was going to lose. He chose to die by tearing his own body apart rather than give in to oppression. Cato's life shows that being detached is not the same as being passive. It's tough, unwavering behavior that doesn't depend on outcomes. It means being able to stand up for what's right, even if you lose. This is hard for people today to understand because they are so focused on safety and control. We are taught to judge our success by the results we get, like money made, friends gained, and goals met. But for a Stoic, success means sticking to their principles. Did you act right? Were you brave in your life? Were you being honest? Then you have achieved, even if people make fun of you, leave you, or put you on a cross. Real power doesn't come from taking over the world. It comes from refusing to let it take over you. To fully master worry, you need to separate yourself from both events and who you are. Know that the things that people see about you, like your job title, your social standing, how you look, and your reputation, are all temporary and external. They're not you. They are borrowed clothes that are worn for a season and then thrown away. Cleanthes, the Stoic who took over as head of the school after Zeno, worked as a water carrier for most of his childhood. He was so poor that he learned philosophy at night after long shifts of hard physical work. He hid his poverty like a blanket. He wasn't ashamed or proud of it. He just saw it as the stage on which he played his part. He would be smart with his money if it came to him and not cry if it went away. He wasn't defined by the buckets he carried, but by the person he cared for. Try to see yourself as a process, like a flame dancing in the wind, instead of a set thing. After 10 years, you are not the same person you were. You also won't be the same in 10 years. Why do you hold on so tightly to a certain version of yourself? All of this worry about losing your status, youth, power, or beauty comes from the wrong idea that these things make you who you are. They don't. The part of you that sets goals, thinks deeply, and loves is your true self. The rest is just background. A deep sense of peace comes from this greater separation. You smile, but don't hold on when someone praises you. You listen, but don't bleed when someone insults you. When luck comes your way, make good use of it. When it goes away, be thankful for it. For your peace is deep inside you, beyond the reach of luck, and nothing that comes from the outside can change it. Be careful, though, because this peace doesn't last forever. Every day you have to win it. This has to be done over and over again. Every worry-filled thought is a test. Are you going to believe its story? Are you going to give in to its rush? You could also tell it's just smoke and let it go. Writing in a diary is a powerful way to handle this renewal. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations for other people to read. He did it for himself, as a way to train his soul every night. Follow what he did. Every night, write down the things that scared you, the times you failed, and the times you succeeded. Look at them without feeling sorry for yourself or proud of yourself. What kinds of thinking made you anxious? What facts did you forget? What would you have done if you were smarter? This habit makes you more self-aware, humble, and strong. Your fears will fade as time goes on, and your wins will grow. Negative perception is one more tool. Imagine losing everything you care about, like your home, your job, your health, or even your life. Do this not to torture yourself, but to protect yourself from being shocked. Seneca said, "He robs present ills of their power who has seen them coming beforehand." Facing loss in your mind gets your soul ready to face it in real life. You find out that you can handle a lot more than you thought. You take away the power of bad luck to scare you. When performed at this level, detachment is hard to tell apart from love. Detached people are the only ones who can really love because they don't cling, expect, or turn other people into sources of their own happiness. They let people grow, change, and even leave. Their love doesn't hold on to them, but instead frees them. Imagine loving your friends, family, and partner without being afraid of losing them, and instead being happy that they are in your life, no matter how long it lasts. This is love from a free spirit. Detachment changes how you feel about time as well. When you have anxiety, you always think about what might happen and feel bad about what has already happened. The Stoic only thinks about the present. He told Zeus, "Lead me wherever you have told me to go, and you, destiny." A wise man doesn't try to avoid fate. He dances with it, one step at a time. Every moment is enough. Every breath is full. Not a single thing is missing. Do whatever you're doing with all your heart to develop this energy. Taste the food when you eat. Feel the ground under your feet as you walk. Put your whole mind into what you're doing when you work. Listen carefully when you talk. When you're quiet, stay quiet the whole time. Spread your soul out over the past, and the future will only split it up. Get it together. Focus on it. Live it. Use your fear to teach you when it comes up. Find out what you are holding on to. What do I want from the world that it hasn't already given me? What story do I think is true that it's not? Fear shows us our ties. Attachments show up lies. The work that needs to be done is shown by illusions. Just because you've mastered worry doesn't mean you'll never feel afraid again. It means that fear never controls you. It's like a cold wind rising up. You pay attention to it like you would a stranger walking by. You then go back to your way, always coming back, always moving forward. Anxiety wants you to stop, give up, or kneel. You stand, though. You do something. You bear it. You beat them. This victory isn't a moment of glory. It's a way of life. You have to get out of bed when fear is holding you back. Speak up when your voice shakes. Love when your heart hurts. And laugh when the world seems dark. Through 1,000 brave acts, it forms a soul that fear can't break apart. You're not the only one going this way. The smartest people have walked these paths for hundreds of years and across countries. Stoicism was started by Zeno after he lost everything in an accident. Epictetus, who taught understanding even though he had been a slave for all his life. Seneca was sent into exile and had to kill himself, but he stayed cool like a real philosopher. Marcus Aurelius, who kept his soul humble even as he dealt with the problems of a kingdom. Through the ages, their words call to you. You can make it. You'll be okay. You can be free. You don't need everything to be great. There's no need for more time. You don't have to be brave. All you have to do is start. Now, this breath, this step, this choice. Get up, deal with the storm, take a smile at the mess, move forward, once more, once more, once more. When you finally beat worry, there aren't any loud celebrations or fireworks. At that place, there is a deep, powerful calm that the world's storms can't break. The man is quiet because he knows he has nothing to fear. The soul's silence stands like a rock in the middle of rough waves. Nothing is empty in this silence. Being full of understanding, acceptance, and life itself is what it means. That roar is the sound of a spirit that is at peace with the way things are. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." You don't have to run away to the mountains, the deserts, or the monasteries. You already have the safety you're looking for. You just need to take it. Getting rid of worry doesn't mean getting rid of all feelings. It's about putting your feelings in line with what makes sense. It's about learning how to feel things without letting them control you. It's about shaping your inner life like a sculptor forms marble. Slowly and carefully taking away what isn't needed, what isn't real, and what isn't strong until the statue of your true self stands out. Imagine that you are a stronghold. Thoughts of worry are like a hammer or probe that are trying to get through your walls. But your castle isn't made of stone, it's made of rules. Fair play, bravery, lack of anger, smarts. These are the bricks that can't be broken. And you build your walls stronger every time you follow these rules, even when you are scared. You lay another stone every time you refuse to let fear control what you do. Your fortress gets stronger and taller every time you face uncertainty with honor, loss with thanks, and pain as a teacher. You must not only build, though. You need to also watch out. Be brutal as you guard the gates of your mind. Do not let every thought come in. Don't let any fear settle in. Ask each person who came in, who sent you. How did you get the right to come in here? Make every thought show you where it comes from. If it comes from truth, reason, or virtue, you should accept it. Get rid of it right away if it comes from fear, desire, or fantasy. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that bother us, but our thoughts about them." Our thoughts about the world are what make us anxious, not the world itself. Your life changes when you change the story. "I can't handle this" should become "I am built to handle all things." "This must not happen" should become "If this happens, I will meet it with strength." I am a victim of fate should become I am the master of my soul. To finally get rid of worry, you also need to be humble. Accept that you don't have all the power in the world. You have no power over everything. You can't stop all bad things from happening. You can't promise success. You can't avoid dying. You can choose how you react, though. You have power over how you feel. You have power over your character. Socrates says that this is enough. More than enough. It's everything. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive, Seneca says. If you live in fear, you die before your time. You can live a full life even if your days are short if you have guts. Stress makes life smaller. Courage makes it bigger. Pick bravery. You will start to feel less anxious as you move along the road of conquest. At least at first, it doesn't go away totally. It does lose its claws, though. It turns into a whisper, a shadow, or an echo far away. You're no longer interested in it. It no longer tells you what to do. You can feel it rise, and you nod at it like your old friends, but you don't bow. It knocks, and you decide if you want to answer. You can feel it pulling you, but you keep walking your way, slowly and steadily. You will look back on this time and see that worry no longer defines you. You are no longer sinking in the sea. It's just the wind blowing over the seas of your soul. Even though storms may happen, you are like the ocean, huge, deep, and calm. It's important to remember at this point in your journey that you're not just doing this for yourself. The world needs people who don't fear anything. The world needs strong men and women who can stay calm when everyone else is freaking out, who can love without clinging, who can act without needing praise, and who can hurt without giving up. You are not being selfish when you beat your worry. It's a service to people. Think about the people whose lives you will change once you're free. You will teach the kids by what you do. Your strength will comfort your friends. The people you will make feel better just by being there. Each step you take on this road has effects that you can't see and will change the world in ways you will never fully understand. Now, as you stand here, with all of the Stoics' lessons behind you, with the voice of reason inside you, and with the courage spirit stirring in your chest, make a choice. Not just a dream. This is not a half-hearted promise. An answer. Choose not to let worry control you anymore. Choose to follow the Stoic way of life. Choose to live your life based on ideas, not fear. Choose to build the fortress of your soul, one stone at a time, every day, one breath at a time. Make up your mind now, because everyone is ready for you. Get ready to meet your true self. You can expect life to wait for you.